All NPCs, Part 5. Now for Mac. He lives right beside the docks warehouse. 2:35, he walks to the bus stop. 4:25, he walks to the yellow house in the suburbs. 7 o'clock, he teleports home for the night. Now for Billy. He lives at the docks house. 7:50, he drives to the chemical plant. 11:50, he walks to the gas mart. 1:15, he walks to the outside of the chemical plant. 3 o'clock, he walks back inside. 5:30, he walks to the bench at the water behind the community center. 8 p.m., he drives home for the night. Now for Melissa. She lives in the mayor's house. 9:20, she teleports to the bench at the docks walkway. 10:50, she teleports to Dean's house. 1 o'clock, she walks to the casino for the night. And for Jane. She lives under the bridge near the docks. Salvador, he's on call. Now we have Chris. Teleports to bank at 1 p.m. 6:40, he walks behind Highland Tower 2. 8 p.m., he walks back to the bank. Now for Karen. She lives in this house in the suburbs. At 7 o'clock, she's at the pond bench in the suburbs. 9 p.m., she drives her car to the parking garage. 2 p.m., she walks to the casino. 6 p.m., she walks to the bench behind Highland Tower 2. 7:30, she walks back to the casino. 10 p.m., she drives home for the night. Now for Allison. She lives in this house in the suburbs. 7 a.m., she's in the boutique store. 9 o'clock, she drives to Highland Tower 2. 2 o'clock, she walks behind Highland Tower 2 and stands there. 3:30, she walks back inside. 6:30, she drives home for the night. Now for Hank. He lives in the house before the manor. He's at Handy Hank's all day. 8:05 p.m., he drives home. Now for Carl. This is his house. 11 o'clock, he walks to the docks behind the bus stop. 3 o'clock, he walks to Crimson Granary for the night. Now for Jeremy. This is his house. He's at the dealership all day. 6 p.m., he leaves and drives home for the night. Now for Jackie. This is her house. 4:30 p.m., she leaves and walks to meet Pearl. 6 p.m., she leaves and drives home for the night. And now for Harold. He lives in the yellow house in the suburbs. 7 a.m., he's at the water by the casino. 8:45, he walks to Highland Tower 2. 12 o'clock, he walks to the church. At 1:50, he walks back to Highland Tower 2. At 5:05, he walks in front of Town Hall. 6:30, he walks back to Highland Tower 2. At 9:20, he walks to his car and drives home. And now for Dennis. He lives in the suburbs. At 11:40, he walks to Town Hall. At 12:45, he walks to the bench in front of the boutique. At 1:50, he walks to the fire station. 6 o'clock, he walks to Slop Shop and then home for the night. Part 6 coming up next in the full video on my YouTube channel.